Hello and welcome back to Subnautica. In the last episode we were out and about looking amongst wrecks and found lifepod 7. We also managed to get over to lifepod 12. Surprisingly didn't encounter a Reaper Leviathan there, and I begin to wonder if it's actually still stuck, because I remember I had actually sort of like lured it into that space where the Aurora is, so maybe I just got it stuck there, for instance. But anyway, the good thing was managed to find some useful blueprints out there, and one of the ones I've got now is the one for the alien containment unit. So I'm just going to build that. It's really useful to be able to hatch eggs and to breed fish.
Aquariums provide an ideal opportunity to study alien fauna up close. Select carefully which life forms you bring on board. They may also be studying you.
Okay. So what you can do is you can bring some fish, you can catch some fish, for instance, and you can put them in here. As long as you've got two of them, they'll start to breed with each other, so it's a useful way to get food. And also because they're in a confined space, it makes it easier to scan them as well. For some strange reason, you don't get attacked by anything in here, or I haven't so far in the sort of things I've managed to catch. You can put some plants in here as well, but one of the cool things is you can find the eggs. They'll hatch in here, and then you'll be able to basically you'll be able to get up close to these fish that are out there that you wouldn't, that are really difficult to get near. Ones that you can't pick up, for instance. There's like the stoker as well, for instance, those crazy crash fish. So it's useful for being able to scan things if that's what you're interested in doing. But one thing is, I need to be able to get in and out. So I'm going to put a hatch on this one. So now I can get in and out of here. As I say, you can actually plant things in here as well. So if you go out there and pick up some seeds from the plants that are on the ocean floor, you can plant them in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this going. Actually, that's one other thing that's useful. Things like, for instance, the stoker. You could pick up stoker eggs, for instance, hatch them in here, then just dump them into this bioreactor, and you'll get quite a bit of energy out of them. I mean, so far we're down to about one fish left, so I do need to start putting something in there anyway. Just pick up a couple of lantern fruit, put them in. I mean, anything's better than nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the scanner running, and I'm going to see if it'll pick up any creature eggs. And then I'm going to go outside. Now there's some Reginalds. I quite like keeping some Reginalds around because normally it would have been peepers, but since I've found that these Reginalds give you more food, I'm quite keen to go out and get a couple of them, and then that'll be a useful supply of food for me. I mean, I've got the plants, to be honest, they'll survive, and I'll be able to get all my food and water from them, as well as the water filtration tank, to be honest. But it's nice to have a variety. So I've got a blue egg there. That looks like another one over there. I think they're the same. Oh no, they're different. So I've got a couple of different eggs there. But I want to see if I can find some Reginalds. Let's get that. Yeah, see if I can find some Reginalds, and then we'll put those. Oh, there's one there. Put those into the containment unit. That's one of them. Let's say you do want two. I don't know what the time it takes for them to breed, but they will reproduce, and you will be able to get a good supply of fish over time. So what's that one? I think I've already got that one. I want to head over to here. Yeah, another blue one. Because I want to see if I can find one of the ones for the for the stalker fish and one of the ones for those crazy kamikaze fish. I think they're the... oh, so there's a green one there. I'll just turn this light off. So there's one probably in that cave, so I've already got that green one. I'm looking for a little red one. Yeah. Good. Oh, I'm not sure about the stalker fish. I can't remember what colour they might be, the green ones I found. But it makes it a lot... having that scanner room makes life a lot easier to look for things. Not seeing anything here. I'll go a bit further out, because if I can find some stalkers, then I'll be able to find their eggs. I mean, there may well be these green ones that I'm picking up. What's that? It's another red one. I think the red ones are those little fish that come dive bombing at you. But we'll see. I mean, I'll just put them into the containment unit and we'll see what hatches. Ah, here. I think that's what I want. That one there. If I can get a hold of it, that is. Right. I'm going to head back. And then I'm going to put these into the containment unit. Okay, so I'm back at base. And just jumped into the actual alien unit. Well, alien containment unit. So I'm just going to start dropping these eggs. I'll give them time and we'll see what we get from them. I'll also put these two Reginalds in as well. Pretty sure I've already scanned them. Have I? Yeah. Makes life easier. Okay, so they're going to take a while to hatch. These will take a while to breed. But it'll give us an extra source of food. Anything I don't particularly want, I can just put into this bioreactor. But one of the blueprints I learned was for the reinforced diving suit. Unfortunately, I mean, I was looking forward to actually to making one of these, but unfortunately, it says that you need synthetic fibers, and I'm not seeing any advanced materials, so whatever it is we've got to make those synthetic fibers from, we haven't picked it up in our travels so far, so that's a bit of a shame. One of the other things that I picked up along the way was that module for the Cyclops depth module, but we don't have a Cyclops yet. I mean, we'll be able to make one, but just don't have the Cyclops to begin with. So I think I'll just take a water. Take one up here. I'll start remaking some water. So I'm still quite keen to go over to the Degassi habitat. And there's a wreck over there I still need to finish off, so I'll probably do those around the same time. But I'm really keen to find some more fragments for the Cyclops so that I can start building one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a scanner room, and basically I'll just deploy that out there on the seabed somewhere, set it off to start searching for fragments, and with a bit of luck we'll start actually finding these Cyclops ones. And I'm going to start over at, I think it's around about the area of lifepod 19, because I didn't really do that much searching there. I did manage to pick up some fragments of the Cyclops over there before, but that was, I think that was the engine and the hull, possibly. I know I definitely found a hull out there. I'm not so sure about the engine, but I did find a hull one. There's around near the back of the Aurora is where I found a hull as well as an engine fragment, I believe. And then there's over near where the gun enforcement platform is. I did find 2 engine fragments over there. And again, I didn't really spend much time searching over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather the resources to build another scanner room. I want to leave this one here where it is because I'm going to use it for gathering the resources that I need to build things with. But I'm going to build another scanner room that I'll just basically I'll take the resources over to wherever I'm going to deploy it, create the scanner room, and then when I've finished with it I'll just deconstruct it and then go and build somewhere else. So I'll do that off camera, and then I'll bring you back once I'm ready. Okay, so it seems I got my wires crossed. I was wanting to head over to this mushroom area, and that's where lifepod 13 is. Some reason I thought it was where lifepod 19 was, but never mind. What I've done is I brought enough materials over to build a scanner room here, and also I've put in a hatch, and I've attached a couple of solar panels. I did bring over some materials to allow me to make the I was thinking I would have to put a compartment on. Yeah, I was going to like attach a compartment to that scanner room and then attach the hatch to that, but as it turns out it's I just needed the hatch and the scanner room and then a couple of solar panels. The problem obviously now is the fact that it's dark, so I'm not generating any electricity. I don't want to build like a really big base, to start running things like a reactor and whatnot. So I mean, this will do for like temporary situations like this, where I'm just going to basically run some scans, see what I can find, then deconstruct it and move it somewhere else. I mean, I've got enough room in my inventory to be able to carry all this, and I've even brought across some of the upgrades for it as well. So I'll put those in while I'm here. But then it's really a matter of waiting for the sun to come up, because obviously I can't really do anything unless I've got some power. But I'll pause the video there, and then I'll bring you back once the sun's up and this scanner room's been charged. Okay, so we've got a bit of power back. It didn't take much power to bring the lights and O2 systems online, but what I'm going to do is, rather than just wait for all of the power to restore, I'm going to start a scan for fragments and see how the power copes. It's not too bad. So it's found a fragment already, so okay, we've got a couple of fragments now. Power looks as though it's starting to drop. So I may want to get another solar power cell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to start going out looking for these fragments, and if I find anything useful I'll bring you back. But looks like I'm definitely going to have to get another power cell. Alternatively, I'd probably wait until the base is like fully powered and then I'd run it. But I'm going to pause it anyway. Have a look and see what these 3 are, and if I find anything useful I'll bring you back and show you. Aha! The very first fragment I found is a Cyclops bridge fragment. I mean that's really close to where the scanner room was built. So yeah, this is definitely proving useful. So I'm assuming I'm going to need 2 of them. Well, another 2 I should say. Let us see. Cyclops, where's the Cyclops? Right, so I need 2 more Cyclops bridge fragments. So let's have a quick check and see what this one is. Would help if you didn't keep running into things. Ooh, this is proving extremely beneficial. Oh man, that is just seriously cool. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Right, what are you? Have I got one of you? I'll pick that up anyway. What I found actually is those eggs started to hatch, Probably make more sense to do them one at a time. And in that way, it tells you what actually hatches. You get like a little pop-up message in the top left-hand corner that tells you what actually hatched. So if you want to know what egg hatches what, then just do them one at a time. Some of them I already know anyway, so it's not too bad. Ooh, what are you? Ha ha ha! This is my lucky day. I've now got the blueprints for the Cyclops. Oh man, that is just awesome. So this is obviously run out of power because the hood's just suddenly gone off. Let me just quickly go back here because I suspect the power's run out. It didn't seem to be coping with just 2 solar panels. It's funny that I could have sworn I attached the button that way. Yeah, we're right down at 29. Right, I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to leave it because I don't care now. I've got a Cyclops. That has just made my day. Oh, I'm kicking myself. I really should have done that earlier. So yeah, I mean, it always pays to go out looking for these life pods. One thing I've found is that there is a bit of a linear order where you'll go from one life pod to another, and you start to learn things that you need further in your journey. So it always pays to start picking up the radio messages as soon as you can. Just keep up to date with them, and then start going out and visiting the life pods, having a look around. But having something like these scanner rooms, oh, it's just absolutely ideal. It makes looking for resources a whole lot easier. I mean, it didn't take me that long to gather all the resources from the base here. I just had to set it off looking for things like limestone chunks, and I picked up things like the copper and the titanium that I needed. Got it to search for the quartz that I needed. I already know where I can get table coral and whatnot. So yeah, these scanner rooms make your life a whole lot easier. So the good thing now is we've got the blueprint for the Cyclops. I suppose the $64 million question is going to be, what resources do we need? Have we got all the resources to actually make it? Or if not, I'm going to have to start searching. And I'd imagine it'll be a case of having a look around the areas that I've already been to start getting those resources. So actually, I'll just have a quick look. So the Cyclops, right? So actually, that's not too bad. So there's the plasteel ingot, enamel glass. Yeah. So all of those things we can make because the advanced wiring kit was I think that's the CPU plus a wiring kit. Yeah. So all those they're all doable. The good thing is we've actually got a depth module for the Cyclops, or at least we know how to make one. When you get the Cyclops, when you build one with the mobile vehicle bay, it comes with its own fabricator, similar like to what the scanner room does. So it's got its own fabricator which allows you to make upgrades, but there are other upgrades that you want, and you'll get those through the modification station. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to pause the video, and I'm going to gather all these resources to build my Cyclops, and then when I'm ready,
Welcome aboard,
I'll bring you back to show you. Okay, so I've been out and about gathering some resources. Now it's time for the moment of truth. Time to build our Cyclops.
New blueprint acquired. Be advised, the Cyclops is designed to be operated by a 3-person crew. Only experienced helmspeople should attempt to pilot this vehicle solo.
Stuff that for a game of marbles. Haha! Ah, there she blows. So it did drop. I mean, it dropped a pretty good depth. So that's why I was saying, I mean, I didn't want to build something like this in the shallows. I mean, okay, it didn't have to be out this far, I suppose, but better safe than sorry. So now we have our Cyclops. It's like a portable base.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you.
All systems online.
So we've got multiple storage loggers, but I'll be adding some more. This is good for going out and about if you're going to be gathering things. And then you've got this bay here, which is where you'll be storing like the sea moth or the prawn suit. You'll enter through here. What I tend to do is I like to keep the bulkhead shut. I'll just run to the back here because this leads up to the top level there, but at the back. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut these bulkheads. If there's ever a fire on board, you want it contained because it'll spread pretty quickly. So if we go up to the next deck. Okay, so the first things I want to do is I want to start turning these lights off because they'll start draining the power. So what I like to do is I like to put some storage here. Have like a medical kit, fabricator you can put in there, radio transmitter and so on. That comes in handy. Gives you a bit of information about your, you know, whatever machine you've docked here there. It's got a decoy launcher, so it's already come with one. So that those, if you recall, we learned how to make decoys. We learned how to make 3 of them at a time, so we could pop them in here and launch decoys. In this particular case, it can only store 1 at a time. Down the left-hand side, we've got 3 power cells, and here is the fabricator to start building our upgrade. So we now know how to make like the depth module, for instance. That needs plasteel ingot and some ruby. Now the efficiency engine, that's a bit of a pain because it needs polyaniline, and I still haven't learned that. We haven't learned how to make the generator, the shield generator, and I definitely want them. The sonar upgrade, not overly impressed with that, so I'm not too concerned. Fire suppression system, I definitely want one of those, but we'll need to find some crystalline sulfur, and that's an upgrade tube. I think that gives you, oh yeah, it says there, give you extra capacity, so you'll need some. So that's certainly doable. So if you're ever getting chased by anything like the Leviathan Reaper or some other nasty bit of fish out there, then you can drop a decoy and hopefully it'll chase after it. So on this side we've got some more power cells. That's 6 power cells in total. One of the reasons I like the power cell recharger is so that I can pull all of these out when they're spent, put them into the base and swap them out with recharged ones, which saves us having to wait around to recharge things. It tells you here what your health is, what your energy is, but you can upgrade all this. So by adding your upgrades, do a maximum of about 6 upgrades on here. Comes supplied with a fire extinguisher. I'm just going to shut all these down for now. I think we get another fire extinguisher over here. Yeah, there's another fire extinguisher over here. So over here it'll give you information about the health of your Cyclops. It'll also show you where you're taking damage. It pops up on here, which is dead useful. And from here is where we control the Cyclops. So we've got to take control of the helm there. You can start your engine up there.
Powering up.
And then you've got a choice of about 3 speeds. I'll just turn that back off.
Powering down.
Over here we can see what the health is. I'm just watching that shark out of there. So what we've got is a camera system over here, so you can cycle between the different cameras. Most of the time I tend to steer with this one because I'll be going in close to things and it's easier, I find, to see them from like the cameras here. seeing how close you are to the bottom. You can run it in silent running, so if there's anything in the vicinity, it's good to be able to put it into silent running, so you're less liable to attract anything. We get our speed and power efficiency up there. Now I think that one down there is to do with when you've got like sonic waves coming back. When you're moving through the water, you're pushing water away, and if that's coming back and what have you, bouncing back again against you, yeah, that can cause you problems. And we haven't got anything in the decoy bay, so yeah, that's not going to do anything until we put something in there. We can get a compass here to give us some directions if we need them. But for now, I'm just going to set our name. We'll call this one Big Bertha. Base colour, well, let's see. Yep, got to be yellow. We'll have a red stripe. Got to be a red stripe for the colour there. Just crank the intensity up. The name's going to be in red as well. Trying to remember what the second stripe is. I think I'll try a green one, see what that looks like. This is all just pretty much just cosmetic, but I could have sworn I'd turn the lights off. You can turn the interior lights off as well. So if you leave the Cyclops, it always pays to turn the engine off. Ah, right, I must have turned them on when I right-clicked there. Yeah. It always pays to turn the engine off to conserve power. Probably want to turn the lights off as well. Right, unfortunately, it's dark, but we've got a nice... Ah, so there's some red stripes that we've got there. Our name's in red. So there's the other stripe, I think, there. Oh no, it's not. So where's the other stripe? I can't quite make it out because I'm sure I did a green stripe. Unless it's that. Pick a different colour, see if I can find a more brighter colour to just see if that'll stand out. So I picked that. Oh no, that's more like a greeny colour, yellowy colour. Let's go with the blue one. Let's see where that stripe 2 is then. So stripe 1's red and stripe 2 is blue. Well, wherever that second stripe is, I'm not seeing it. Could be these. Could be these actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, they do look blue. Double check with a different colour, see what I get. See what I get with a different colour. Try. I think that was like a. See if I can get a pink one. So I think it was these. No. Well, right. So it is that one then. So it's that stripe there then. I mean, that looks pink to me. Yeah, so it must be that one there. Oh, well, fair enough. Okay, so one of the things I want to do is then start upgrading the Cyclops, and I'll do that off camera because I'll need to gather quite a few resources. some of the things I'm going to do, for instance, as I say, I'm going to put some storage units into here. Things like fabricators, radio transmitters, medical kit fabricator, so that I can stay sufficient while I'm away. Down here I'll put a couple of planters, and then I can grow food. So then I can stay away from base a lot longer. Kind of that. I'm going to go for a... I think I'll just leave it as a green stripe. Doesn't really matter, to be honest, but anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video there, because I've achieved what I really set out to do, which was to get the Cyclops built. I mean, I could have done it much earlier in the game if I'd gone out and taken that scanner out. It's just a matter of basically, I mean, you can jump ahead of the game. There's no, you know, you don't have to do things in a certain order, but I wanted to try to keep myself within the areas that I'd already visited. So there's basically 3 areas where we'd already found fragments. Fortunately, we did find that hull fragment in and around pod 13, and it was only after I'd gone back over the video and noticed that this white hull fragment sticking out that I'd gone back and found that one. So that was quite handy, that. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing to stop you jumping ahead and getting a Cyclops much earlier. Now that we've got one, I think the next plan really is to go looking for the Degassi base. That's at a much lower depth, and I think that's a thought actually. How deep can this thing go?
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
I better check how deep this can go first. Right, so we can only go to a depth of 500 meters. So if I want to go and visit that Degassi base, I'm going to be right at the edge. So I'm really going to have to get myself a depth module built. So there's quite a few upgrades I can get for it over here.
Seek fluid intake.
Yeah, there's quite a few upgrades I can get. I know the depth module I can make anyway, and I might, depends what the requirements are, but it might be possible to make it even better at that modification station, because I think I've got the blueprints for all 3 now. But I think once I've got this upgraded, I'll do that off camera. But the next place to go visit will be that Degassi base, which is this one here. It's in the same area where that wreck is, pretty much. It's not too far away. So I think I'll end the video there. If you've enjoyed watching the video, then I would appreciate it if you could leave a like. And if you want to see more content, if you haven't already done so, then do please subscribe. But thanks very much for watching.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And until the next video, thanks, bye.